Hey, what's up, guys?
What up? What up?
So there we go. Now everyone can hear me. I don't know what is up with this. My mic. So OBS has been doing something weird. The last few times I've opened up OBS, my mic default has switched. It happened yesterday on my or not yesterday. I'm sorry, on Friday on my stream. It happened Thursday during the group stream, and then now today. I don't know why it's doing that on its own. But anyways, restarting. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 67. I'm your host James, and as you already heard. We have Ash and Fan, and we also have a new member to the podcast, and it is Bryant. Bryant, why don't you go over a couple things about yourself?
Yeah, I'm happy to be here with you guys today. Just kind of going over a couple things to just give some information about myself. My favorite video game of all time is Persona 5 Royal. I have a Joker tattoo
Oh,
right
that's pretty
here that
cool.
I'm a
Oh,
huge fan of.
that's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, I love Persona. I can't wait to talk about some Final Fantasy stuff with you guys and the Game Awards and just all things
Mhm.
gaming news that's coming up because it's just been like arguably the best year in gaming ever, in my opinion. 2023 is it's pretty up there.
Yeah,
So looking forward to chopping it up with you guys.
I agree. I like your background. You have the best background out of all of us. Like you got everything. You got what Super Mario World back there. Looks like Mario 64, Sunshine. You got everything. Mario Kart. That is like a dope background. You even got Sonic all by himself. The only Sega guy back there.
Yeah, it came with Sonic. I think it came with Sonic Mania a bunch of years ago. It was like a
Ah.
special edition or
Yeah, you're
something.
right. I remember that.
Mm.
I should have bought one when it came out. I just like slept on it. I don't know why I did that.
That's cool.
I never buy those. I never buy those, but like I just saw that. I just thought it was so cool, so I bought it.
Yeah.
No, that is pretty dope. Yeah, the only thing I got to decorate is my amiibos. You can't even see all of them. You can see
I
my
have my whole
Mofa.
cabinet of them over there.
Oh yeah, you took them out of the box. I couldn't do that. Like I have some of them, but a lot of them was because like my son, he quietly snuck in and took them out to use them on like Breath of the Wild and stuff to get the clothes. And I was like, come on. The only ones
I
I
regret
actually
opening one.
opened the only one I opened myself was like Ike, right? I opened Ike, and then I opened Marv, and then my son turned him into like Mega Man, so he's missing an arm. But it's like I refuse to throw this away. I was like, I don't care, and you can't even get Marv no more, which I'm sad about. So
You can on the secondhand market if you can find them, but it's gonna be price gouged like
yeah,
crazy.
and I ain't gonna do that. Nope.
I love scalpers.
I'm hoping Nintendo does like a reprint of these. You know, I got quite a few too, like Sonic. Like actually, Sonic is my son's, but they were just throwing them everywhere. So I was like, you know what? Give me your amiibos. I'm gonna just decorate them. Like even this, like the Starlink Star Fox, they just threw it everywhere. I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep that. This is like a cool Star Fox thing. The R Wing though, it's destroyed. It's like in a million pieces. So there goes that.
Oh no, I just on eBay. There's Marv,
hmm
$20.
That is $10 more than what I got it for, and I can't.
Well, I mean
Uh,
that's including shipping.
I'm that type of person
Yeah,
that's like,
yeah,
if I knew I got it cheaper before, I refuse to buy it at a higher price. I'd
yeah. That's
rather
including
just
shipping.
I'd rather just glue a fake arm to him or something, you know. Yeah.
And it's still in the packaging too.
It's not a knockoff.
I mean, it looks like it's original packaging.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I mentioned earlier, we have a bunch of
Oh, it's
stuff
from
to talk
Japan.
about today. Oh, from Japan.
Japan
Yeah,
import.
Japan still has a lot of them. Like on Amazon, Japan, I did see they have Twilight Princess Link because that's the only link I'm missing, and they have him over there. Oh, I'm missing also Link's Awakening link for the remake, and Japan has them still available, but it's like you got to pay for shipping from like Amazon and all that. Like, nah.
Yeah, like what was it that Play Asia or
Mm,
whatever also probably has it
yeah.
on there. It's probably freaking expensive too.
Mm-hmm. They do. But yeah, like I mentioned, there's quite a few things that we're going to talk about today. Let's actually start off with Bryant here because he did mention something at the last minute, which I think it is important to talk about because it's something that I don't have yet and I do want to order it, but I have to wait till next year because there's way too many things like, it's Christmas time and all that, and there's just too much stuff going on with me, so I have to wait. But Bryant has the Steam Deck OLED, And I want to hear your thoughts on what do you think about the Steam Deck OLED?
Do you have the
Well,
original?
I did have the
Okay.
original, but I sold it
Okay.
to a friend of mine. Luckily,
Okay.
that worked out perfectly. Like the timing worked out great. Because I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm getting the Steam Deck OLED. He's like, oh, what are you doing with your old one? I'm like, oh, funny you should mention. I'm selling it. And he's like, oh, funny. I kind of want to buy one. And so it all worked.
Perfect.
Yeah, so like the process of buying one, like it was the most stressful 30 minutes of my life. Like when Valve put them on the market, because like the Steam store, it was just crashing and crashing and crashing, and I was like, I'm not going to get one of these things. And I really wanted one so bad because I am like an OLED fiend. Like I love OLED everything. I have my Switch OLED. I have nothing but OLEDs in my house. It's just like I'm just very particular about having like perfect blacks and the really good colors and everything like that. So I got my Steam Deck yesterday. It
You
is
get the
just
special edition?
I didn't go with the special edition. I like that translucent shell, like that's really cool and everything. And the accents look really nice too, like on the joysticks and on the back, that like orangish reddish bit. But I didn't want to get the anti-glare glass because
Yeah.
I've read it kind of takes away from the blacks of the OLED. So I decided just to opt for the standard one. So I got a 512 gigabyte and I cracked it open yesterday and I put a 2 terabyte SSD in there.
Nice.
It was a little bit of a project because like I had to end up totally wiping it and setting it up and getting the firmware installed like through a micro SD card. Like it wasn't as turnkey as it was before, like where I could just throw the SSD in from a previous install and it just worked. But anyway, I love
Really?
it. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was a
Interesting.
pain. It took me like 2 hours, but I did get it eventually. But I love it. It's incredible because like I just remember when the original Steam Deck came out, how much I loved the hardware, like how much Valve conditioned it just to be this like perfect machine that just sits in your hands, and it's just so ergonomic. Valve has this really awesome UI for Steam where all the games just come at you like front and center. Like Valve wants you to play games. They want you to play games on their machine, comfortable to hold, but then you just see like that backlight bleed on the top left corner, and you're just like, oh, it'd be so nice if that wasn't there. And Steam Deck OLED just totally takes care of that. The colors are fantastic, so vibrant. It's like you're playing on a totally different, like it's not Steam Deck 2, but to me it might as well be because I'm just so excited about the OLED.
Yeah.
And it just looks great. The battery life is tons better. When I cracked open the back of it, you can tell they really changed what the internals look like. Like they really gave it a good once over, as far as it looking a lot cleaned up and a lot more beefed up, I guess you could say. But I can't rave about it enough. Like I wish everybody could have one that's a gamer because it's just so great.
Yeah, I mean, the OLED is a huge plus. Like, if I never got to Switch OLED, I probably wouldn't care as much for the Steam Deck OLED. But once I got to Switch OLED and transition from like regular Switch to that, I was like, man, it is a night and day difference. It makes every game just pop. Like I'm playing Super Mario RPG right now, and I'm like, man, this looks beautiful on the OLED. So like right away when they announced that, I was happy, but at the same time I was sad because some gaming decisions that I made for to buy certain games on the Switch because it had the OLED display versus like a Steam Deck. Now I regret it because now it's like, man, I could have had an OLED display and higher frame rates. Octopath Traveler 2 is a good example where I opted for the Switch version versus PC because of that. Because of the pixel art and the HD2D. I think the OLED will make that whole thing. Well, not I think, I know it does because I've played it. But it's like, man, like I'm kind of happy for it. I'm excited for it. I just have to wait till next year. I think Ash, you said you were gonna get one, right?
Yeah, that's the next year buy for me as well. So
Yeah, and I think Fan said he's gonna get two, right? You're gonna get two of them.
Now, if I do have a buyer lined up for my Steam Deck, if that does go through, I was debating which one I wanted to get, and I figured if I'm gonna do the upgrade, I might as well go limited edition if it's still available.
Yeah. No, I
I
agree.
mean,
I'm gonna stick with the
Oh,
my
that's not
512.
monitors, yeah. I mean, all my monitors are like matte finishes and stuff like that. So I'm like, is the matte finish gonna really take away that much from the OLED for me, or
Maybe.
is it still gonna be enough of a like upgrade? Because like even now I'm staring at my Steam Deck, and the glare on it is like so bad, just because like all the lighting and stuff like that, I can see all the reflections everywhere. So it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. I mean, The one thing that I wanted to check too is because I was reading the updates and I had the Steam Deck dock. They just updated the dock to do VRR. So
Oh, that's nuts. That's
yeah,
really
so
nuts.
I have to test that out. Maybe one of these days because the OG Steam Deck can do it too, right? But it caps out at 60. But when you plug it in, now you can do it with VRR. So I'm gonna test that out and see how that works, and get back maybe next episode. I'll discuss and see how that works if I can finish Super Mario RPG. Because right now, unfortunately, I've been playing my PlayStation Portal a lot because I have to do the review and everything like that, and I want to make sure I get like the most accurate feel of it. But like during lunch breaks, I've been playing Super Mario RPG. I'm like, yeah, like this is great. So I can't wait to finish that, which I'm gonna play tonight after the podcast. So speaking of Super Mario RPG, let's actually go ahead and talk about that. I have it. Fan, did you pick it up?
Yep. I've already installed it in the Switch, but I haven't booted it yet.
Oh,
I didn't I was gonna do it last night, but then like by the time I got home from work and everything, it was so late, and I'm like,
yeah.
I think I just want to like chill and relax a little bit, and I just played a little bit of a Metroid Prime remaster for like a good 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed.
I feel like that's not as relaxing as Super Mario RPG, but and then Ash,
I was gonna say that
yeah,
actually. Like Mario
Well,
RPG is a real chill experience.
yeah.
the problem is like once I get into that game, like the nostalgia is gonna hit, and I probably won't go to bed till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
That makes
You know?
sense.
So
That
I was
makes
like, at least with Metroid Prime, like if I get frustrated at a certain point, like all right, I'm gonna save, I'm gonna go to bed.
Mm-hmm. And then Ash, I know you said you haven't played it yet. You picked it up, but you haven't played it.
Yeah, yeah. Let me show you. I bought this game literally day one, thinking I was gonna play this, but work and school got in the way. It's still sealed right now. I don't know if you can see
You know,
that.
you know what I hate nowadays? Because we're talking about like 2023 is like the peak of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Modern gaming in general. What I hate is the lack of booklets.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So
I agree.
here's one thing though. One of the main reasons I bought it physical was because I read somewhere that they were putting an old school like instruction manual in there, and
Oh,
it's
that'd have
not
been
in
so
there.
cool if that were true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I read that
I mean,
somewhere, and I was like, "What? That is so dope!" And then when I opened it, because I was gonna do an unboxing video, but I was too tired, and I was like, "You know what? I'm not gonna do an unboxing video." And then I opened it, I was like, "Man, like, there's no freaking booklet in there." I was so hyped, and I was like, I could have just gotten it digital, and
like
save some
what's the
gas
point of
money.
these two little book clips, right? Right here.
Yeah,
You got two little clips right here, but no booklet.
They're
it's
a
a
vestige of time gone by.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
missed opportunity in my opinion, like especially for nostalgia. Just put like the original manual in there. That would have been cool. Man. But yeah, that's gaming in 2023.
And I think the Super Mario RPG like art cover on the Japanese version looks better.
What's
I think
the
it's
cover for
different.
that?
I remember it was looking different.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
You,
look
you
that up
can
right
you can
now.
you can actually get the old school cover for Super Mario RPG when I get released to SNES. I might pick that up later on.
I remember I'm pretty sure someone
What do you mean to like
pictured it. It
download?
looked different.
Yeah, you can get it from my Nintendo for like 30 platinum points, but I'm pretty sure the actual digital file is like already available somewhere. So
Oh, really? Yeah, I have a bunch of points, so I can probably download that.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking up on here, and I don't see a different
S-
box art.
still
Thought
in
I
the
saw
manual
a
though.
different one, or maybe it might have been a fan art one, but I thought I
Yeah,
saw a Japanese version. Yeah, there it is.
If you
It's
guys want to see the link for what I was talking about earlier, let me see if I can.
yeah, I don't see that on here. Huh.
There we go.
So I typed in Super Mario RPG Japanese box art.
Oh,
here's a Twitter post of someone showing. Oh wait, no, that's
wow. I actually have 100 platinum points. Do points ever expire?
The gold ones do. I don't think the platinum ones do.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you get them easy if you just play. If you do like, if you go to the Nintendo Online like area, they tell you like what do you have to do. Like one of them's like boot up. Well, it was last time like boot up Donkey Kong Country and play it for a little bit. I think it's like Wario right now.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I just know in the past, especially when my Nintendo used to be called Club Nintendo.
Yeah.
Your points used to expire and everything.
Those were
so that's why I had
awesome.
to ask.
Club Nintendo was
Yeah,
amazing. And you
yeah.
got a birthday coupon, 20%
hell
off
yeah.
like certain games. Like, I love that.
A thing I used to do is that whenever every time I go to a GameStop, I'll actually go through all the cases because they'll leave them out, and I'll just open it take a picture of the code, go back home, and then enter the code in there so I can get the points and stuff.
Mm.
Um,
Oh yeah, I see the Switch box art thing with SNES. Yeah, but I don't see a different Japanese thing. Like everything I put up looks the same.
Okay, maybe it was the fan made one that I saw.
Yeah.
Then.
for any Club Nintendo fans, do you guys remember this?
I do not. What is that?
This is actually a Nintendo DS limited edition case and stuff.
Mm.
I am missing a couple of styles since I had this for a really long time. But if you could tell, the Club Nintendo logo is like fading out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is one of the best things I ever got from it because, like, damn, I got a whole 6 new styles with it, and along with it, I can like put like 9 DS games in it too. So I always
You
keep this
see,
around with me.
for me with Club Nintendo, I was always like, I get this thing of like, I always second guess before I buy something, including using my points. So with Club Nintendo, I was like, man, like, I don't know if I want to use it. And then every time the rewards would disappear and I would like lose out on everything. And there's so many things that I missed out, including my coupons. Sometimes I would not use my coupons because I didn't know what to get. And then I missed out. But I remember getting like, was it Star Fox Zero? I think they gave all Wii U owners like Pikmin 3 for free.
Really?
Yeah, because I believe so.
Damn,
'Cause I got it for free.
I somehow missed out on that then. Jesus.
Yeah, because it was either that or you had to choose one. But I know for a fact I got Pikmin 3 for free. Maybe I got Star Fox Zero for free too. I don't remember. They get out a lot of free stuff, which was kind of cool. But anyways, we're going off topic. So yeah, Super Mario RPG. I started it, love it. I played the beginning of Super Mario RPG, the original, and it never got past like after you fight what's his name, Croc. I never got past that, and yeah, like replaying this remake, it's amazing. It feels amazing. I can tell the difference. I don't know, just everything about it. The little cutscenes they have is really cool. I do like the way they do the cutscenes. They keep it very classic, but also modern, and those cutscenes help it make it more modern. I do like the way the cutscenes go. I did see like the Geno cutscene because I was watching TheGeakShow stream Super Mario RPG as well, and the Geno cutscene was actually pretty cool. I really like that. What are your thoughts on it, Brian? How far are you into the game?
I've gotten past. I got my first star, and then like you're going to go see Mallow's grandfather, or something like that. You go
Yeah,
like the tadpole pond or whatever. That's where I am. But yeah,
that's where I'm at
it's
too.
just a really that's where we are too. Okay, it's just a really charming game. Like it made me laugh a lot. Like even though it's just like so simple, because
Mm-hmm.
like there's that part like where Mario's inside of the palace or whatever, and like
Mm-hmm.
he like spins around, he turns into Bowser, and like he does this like pantomime
Yeah,
of like what happened. It's just really funny. And Mario RPG kind of holds a special place in my heart just because it was the first RPG I ever played, and I didn't really kind of understand it when it came out because I was like, oh, it's Mario and he looks cool and kind of 3D and stuff. And um, but I you know, it got kind of hard for me. But now I'm looking forward to really digging into it and enjoying what I missed.
yeah. For me, I never got it. So I never got into RPGs until the PlayStation era.
Yeah, you
Me
lost
too.
out, man. You missed
Yeah,
out.
No,
it's
Yeah,
like
dude.
you
so
definitely did.
like I remember going to like GameStop and they had like Final Fantasy VII in there. I remember I tried playing the demo. I was like, oh wow, like this game sucks. Like you can't do anything in it. So you know, I just ditched it. And then my friend, my best friend at the time, he was like, hey, I got this really cool game. It looks like anime. You have to play it. I was like, oh, what is it? So he comes over one day. He's like, here, you can borrow it and try it out. It was Breath of Fire 4. So I went and started playing it. And I was like, wow, like, I'm playing an anime. This is amazing. And then I started, you know, going through the story. And I was hooked right there and then. And then he comes with another game after I beat that. He's like, hey, I got this other amazing game. You have to try it out. I was like, okay, cool. Like, what's the name of it? He's like, wait till I show you. And it was Final Fantasy VII. And I was like, I remember this game. I hated this game. And then I got into it again. And after that, I loved it. And he's like, all right, man. I said, I need it back though. Like, you know, I got to finish the game. So I went and bought, like, I remember one day I saved up my lunch money and I walked to, there was like a Kmart. I walked to Kmart and bought it there. And I was like, yeah. And then my mom's like, what'd you do with all your lunch money? It's like, yeah, I got this, you know. I used to do that because that's how I got my games. I would save up my lunch money. And my mom, like, every week would give me money for lunch. And I just kept saving it until I had enough to buy a game. But yeah, that was my start of the RPG stuff. So, like, Chrono Trigger, I didn't play till Well, I did play the PS1 version that came with Final Fantasy IV, I think, or was it Final
That was
Fantasy
such a bad
6?
version.
Yeah, that
The
was
load
the one that
times.
I played.
Because it was on disc, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
because it came with Final Fantasy 6, right? Was it 6 in Chrono Trigger?
No,
It was 4?
no, I think it was 4.
Okay. Yeah, because I can remember
That's such a weird game for it to come with, though.
it was
Yeah.
a weird thing, but I mainly got it because I wanted to play Final Fantasy, but then I ended up playing Chrono Trigger instead. Because it's like, oh wow, Goku's in this, so cool. Like I gotta play as Goku. So I went and played that, and then from there it was just like RPGs like nonstop. And I just fell in love with RPGs. Like every game, if it wasn't an RPG, I didn't look at it, except for like Battlefield 2 and a couple other ones. But yeah, that's Super Mario RPG. I'm excited to go through and play it and actually beat it. Definitely, probably was my most anticipated game of the year. I mean, I said that to Sea of Stars. I also said that to Tears of the Kingdom. So yeah, it's one of the many most anticipated games that came out this year. Yeah. So PlayStation Portal, I have one. You have one, Bryant, right? Yeah. So me and you are the only ones. So me and you are gonna carry this conversation. But PlayStation Portal came out this year. And my thoughts, I'm gonna have a full review up on Wednesday. I think I got the feel of it where it's at. So I'm gonna have a thoughts. I'm gonna have an honest view because a lot of creators out there, they're talking about it. I feel like there's one thing that they don't understand is the way that a home network should be set up. Because I've watched a lot of different people's comments of talking about like it sucks or the quality is bad, and then they start talking about they have like they have their ISP's modem and they're using like Wi-Fi extenders and stuff like that. And the one thing you have to understand is A, your ISP's modem sucks. B, Wi-Fi extenders suck. Like those are two things that are not great. If you really want a good network system, you want a mesh system that comes with multiple nodes. Specifically, you want a tri-band network system that actually uses that third band to connect all the mesh systems together. And that's something that a lot of creators don't have for whatever reason. I would think that they do, but they don't. So going through and playing PlayStation Portal, I realized that it's actually really, really good. It is better than what I've been using. I've used Chiaki on Steam Deck, and Chiaki works great, but I can only play at 720p 30 FPS with my network setup. And the other thing with that is like if you're playing games that utilize like the trackpad swipe motion, you can't do anything because you can't remap the swipe motion in Chiaki. At least I couldn't figure it out. So that's a step, or a plus for PlayStation Portal because you can do that. The other thing is, or with PlayStation Portal, I can play at 1080p 60 FPS, which is great. But there is a little bit of a negative with the PlayStation Portal, and that is if you play games that run at a higher frame rate, so anything higher than 60 FPS, you get these weird like micro stutters. Like they almost look like it's frame skipping. So I was playing Yakuza Like a Dragon, and that can go higher than 60 FPS. And for whatever reason, like you're walking through like Kamurocho in the beginning, and there was like these weird micro stutters, and you can see it. Like it's almost like it looks like it's frame skipping to the next frame, or like it's skipping a frame ahead. It's weird, but I looked through and there was somebody else who actually said that, and they had the same issue with Horizon Forbidden West. If you play it for higher frame rates, for whatever reason, it goes ahead and the PlayStation Portal or like the PS5 doesn't like adjust itself, so then it starts frame skipping on the PlayStation Portal, which is kind of weird. But other than that, like the experience has been great. I used it at home, works flawless. I haven't used it outside. I used it at work, and the Wi-Fi network at work is not great. And yeah, it just wasn't doable there. But I've heard other people say that they've tried it from, like an in-laws house or whatever, and it worked fine. So during Christmas break, I will bring it with me to my in-laws because I'm gonna go visit them, and I'll go ahead and test it over there. But I'm sure I'll have a good experience because I had a good experience with Remote Play app itself at my in-laws and playing, that way. What were your how was your experience with the PlayStation Portal, Brian?
I kind of want to pick up on what you said about going other places and playing with it because I read something really interesting about how people are complaining about how there's no portal or on the PlayStation Portal. There's no portal. Yeah, there's no browser. So like if you go like to a public place that has a browser that you have to like agree to terms and conditions, that won't happen. So I could see that. That's a little annoying. Like it's basically an Android tablet. You'd figure maybe they just pop a little web browser in there just to let you do that. But that's a very small nitpick because I'm going to be playing it
think
at
that's
home anyway
because
most of the time.
there's too many exploits when you add
Yeah,
browser.
probably.
That's probably, yeah. Which is,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
No,
yeah,
there's too many exploits. I mean, that's how you homebrew the Wii U is using a browser exploit.
yeah,
Pretty much.
and 3DS
Yeah.
and a Vita, you know,
Yeah.
all of its browser exploits. That would have been cool because then we could have all, you know, modded the portal and then put classic games. We could have put PS1 games at least because I'm sure that chip in there can play PS1 games at least, you know. But yeah, go ahead, keep going, Brian.
Yeah. So what I have played of it, it's solid. It's probably the nicest LCD that I've seen in a long
Yes,
time in a device like that. The LCD is really
really
solid.
good.
It's not OLED for my OLED fiendishness, but it is a solid LCD for sure. I did play a Resident Evil 4 on it. That was like the first game I played on it was the Resident Evil 4 remake, and I got wrecked pretty horrendously playing that game on the portal. So I don't know if it's just not being good at it, or if it's just trying to get used to the thumbsticks because the sticks feel a little different. They're not as tight, I feel like, as the dual sense. But it is very ergonomic. It's cool to have a little tablet there that I could see a use case for it for just a ton of people that just want to have that like that something that solid to hold on to, and it's a controller. It has the rumble, it has the triggers. That it's a dual sense, and so
Yeah.
I could see that as being really useful for people that have a situation like that at home. Um, it's just you're right. I was listening, what you were saying before about how people were kind of complaining about it and like their network setups and all that.
Yeah.
I just really wish that people kind of got what this device is and what it isn't. And if you take it for what it is, and I think IGN's review said something about this, that like he went into playing it very skeptically.
Yeah.
The word skeptically, and
It is today.
he was yeah, okay. And he wasn't stoked on it, but then he played it and now he's like he gave it an 8 and he thought it was a really solid device. So I'll give it some more time, and otherwise I'm gonna try Chiaki on my Steam Deck OLED and see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really good if you remote play, and I remote play a lot. So 90, like I beat Final Fantasy VII Remake, 99.9% of me was playing it through remote play. The only thing I didn't do remote play was the ending because I actually got a chance to use the TV. Yakuza Kiwami, I played that about 80% on through remote play. The only thing I couldn't do is the ending again, and that's because there's a lot of like time button presses and there was too much latency and I kept missing on there. What else? I did quite a few games like remote play. I did like 25% of Ghost of Tsushima through OLED, or OLED through the portal. I'm sorry if I've been saying OLED all the time. I apologize. I meant portal. Uh, what's it called? Or not
It's
portal,
your
the remote
subconscious
play.
telling you to get
Yeah,
a Steam Deck OLED.
it is. That's where my head's at. I meant remote play, not the portal. But I've done a lot like through remote play. I've used remote play quite a lot, and going into the portal, I was like, okay, for me to keep this, I need a better experience than what I already have. I've used my MacBook as a remote play. I played through a lot of Persona 5 through that. I've used my phone. I've used two different phones, both an Android and an iOS phone. I've used my Steam Deck, and all four devices, like I've had pretty solid experiences with them. Again, I was able to complete Final Fantasy VII Remake the whole time through remote play, so it works. But then when I got this, being able to play at 1080p 60 was for me like a game changer, since like the way I play my games now is all portable. I just don't have time to sit in front of a TV anymore. When I do have time to sit in front of the TV, it's because I'm spending that time with my wife, like watching something and stuff like that. So being able to play like in bed was a huge plus. And like I said, the experience was great. I think the portal, in my opinion, is worth $200, right? The backbone controller is $100. Then you spend an extra $100 on a pretty good LCD display because it's really, like you said, it's really good. That whole splash, like when the portal opens up, I think that's so dope.
Looks nice.
Where it shows you the game and it kind of like circles around and it goes full screen. Like it has some cool stuff going on with it. So yeah, I think it's worth it. And my full review will be out on Wednesday, where I will talk about the PlayStation Portal. I will get a little bit into networking as well, so that people have a better understanding of why some of these creators might not like it and why they might say like it sucks. But I don't think it's the portal. I think it's their network setup. So
The frame skipping that you see you're noticing, do you think it's because the game is like since the screen doesn't have a variable refresh rate, that it's just straight 1080p at 60. Do you think maybe those frame skipping is just like the portal trying to force to make sure it says a consistent 1080p 60?
No, because the portal itself will lower resolution. So like if the connection gets like bad, it'll scale down resolution. Like I was playing, what was I playing? I was playing Star Ocean, the Divine Force. And for whatever reason, like towards the end of my play, because I was playing for quite some time, I started off with Yakuza Kiwami, then went to Star Ocean. And there's a lot of fast like motion in there. And when it couldn't speed up, or when it couldn't like keep with it, the whole resolution, like you start getting artifacting and stuff like that because it was trying to keep up, and it lowered itself to probably like 480p because it's like 1080p, 720p, and then 480p are the three tiers that the portal goes in. So it lowered itself to like 480p, and then it would pick itself back up to like 1080p after like that fast action. So I don't think it's because of the resolution, but it could be because of the frame rate that's trying to force itself at 60. I mean, maybe, but I don't know, unfortunately. The only thing I can put in my head is the PS5 is running at 120, but the portal can't go past 60, so it's like interfering, and it's trying to do those extra frames, but it can't, so it has to skip those frames to keep up. That's my theory. I could be completely wrong. If anybody knows, feel free to chime in on chat or wherever.
Can we just say that like it would have been so like as a kid having that device as a kid, like when I was a kid, like stumbling around for batteries for my Game Boy Pocket without a backlight on it, like that was like cream of the crop gaming. Now it's like you have this PlayStation Portal and it's just this PS5 in your hands. It's just really incredible when you think about it.
It is, and and don't get me wrong, like I am disappointed. I wish Sony did a full on handheld. But for what it is, it's still a good device. Like I enjoy it, and I will use
It's
it.
solid.
And I think for me, the best test and the real test is probably going to be when Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out, because I probably will play that, through remote play, because unfortunately that's just my setup. Like I have to play through remote play. That's why I'm excited for like Steam Decks and Steam Deck 2s and a new Switch too, because that's where it's at. But yeah, that's PlayStation Portal talk. Check out my review. I will have it up by Wednesday. Got to work on it. So, start recording it and all that other good stuff there. Let's move on to the Game Awards. So the Game Awards nominees have already been released. And anybody that follows me on Twitter has probably heard what I had to say, because I have a lot of stuff to say about these nominees. Kind of not too bad, but there's a lot of things in my head. I'm like, I'm not too sure. But let's go ahead, and I am going to switch scenes so that we can see the screen, and we're going to go down the list. I'm going to read the nominees, and we're all going to give our thoughts on who we think are going to win. We did this last year. We're going to do it again this year because I thought it was very fun.
We
who
go
we
through
think
each
and who
category.
we want.
Yeah, not every category. Like, I'm skipping like esports athlete, esports coach, event.
I had so much to say about that topic too. No?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, you did? Like, oh well, I was surprised. We'll start with like most anticipated game, and then we'll we're working our way up to game of the year. And Fan, I don't know if you want to do like we did last year, keep score and just see who wins, who gets the most right.
Hold on, let me get a notepad out,
because this will be kind of fun to see who gets the most right. Last year I won because I rigged the Game Award. No, I'm just kidding. I just got more right, so we'll see. I only won by 1 point. It wasn't major, but yeah.
So should we do who we want to win and then who we think will win?
Yeah, we'll do like who we think is going to win and who we want to win.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we'll do. Well, we're gonna keep score on who we think are going to win, but you can say who you want to win as well. So starting off with most anticipated game, we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8. I will go first, and definitely most anticipated is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I definitely think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to win as well. Go ahead. You guys shoot.
I'm in agreement.
What about Ash and Fan?
I want Rebirth to win, but for some odd reason, I think Tekken 8 might get the anticipated game.
Really?
Yeah. and because mainly because the Tekken series is one of the more popular FGC games and stuff. So that's why I think it might take the cake on that. So
Interesting.
yep.
What about you, Fan?
I think Rebirth will probably win. I kind of want Hades 2 to win, to be honest, because I love the first one, and like they did like it's full like voice acted. There's like no dialogue you really have to read. The score is just great. The gameplay is fun. There's a lot of replayability to it. Um, and this is just like another story, another take on the Greek mythology stuff. So I want Hades 2 to win, but I don't think they will.
David in chat says Final Fantasy as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I didn't play Hades 1. I don't really like roguelike games. Like, I don't know, just something about randomly generated like levels that gets me. The minute you say that, I'm like, yeah, I'll back away. Even though I get props because apparently Revenant 2 is randomly generated levels, and to me it didn't look that way, but apparently it is. And I mean Dead Cells is also like that, but Dead Cells is cool, so it gets a pass, you know.
Dude, Hades is awesome. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a good game.
I
put
haven't
like
played
50
it.
hours into that game, dude.
I can't, like, it's just the whole thing of dying, starting from scratch, and going all over again. It just brings me back to like Super Mario Lost Worlds, like,
yeah, but you get
days.
like
you know,
you get like
That's the
6
point.
different weapons to choose from, so the gameplay style changes as you upgrade each weapon.
I can't get into
Yeah.
it. Like, if I have to start from the beginning,
put
I
in
get
50
very angry.
hours into it, and I've
You know,
only beaten it once.
I
That's
live
how
this
hard it is.
Hey, I lived this long
And
to
that's the
have
beauty.
save progression, right? You know, back then there was no, like, a lot of games didn't have, like, you play through it, and if you don't beat it in that play, then you got to start from the beginning, you know. And I like my games to be like, no, you know, you can stop here and continue later on. That was part of the reason why I waited for
I mean, technically, you can't stop and continue on. It's just if
yeah,
you die,
but
you
you're still
restart.
starting from the yeah, it's not the same, But the other game that I do really like is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Like I was mentioning, I was playing, you know, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I'm excited for that. I'm actually more excited for the Dragon Quest like Builders mode. Like people like to say it's more like Animal Crossing. It's more like Dragon Quest Builders because you get a fight in Dragon Quest Builders. You can fight in it. So I'm really excited for that little mode where you have like your island. You build up your island. You get people to visit. You might have to like fight people.
You ride on a
like
dolphin to get there.
yeah,
You ride on a dolphin
exactly.
to get there. Yeah.
It's so cool. Like Yakuza series is so great. Like if you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. Best video game adaptation or adaptation. Yeah, we have Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Twisted Metal. So thoughts,
Oh god.
or I guess I'll go first. I feel like, oh man, this is hard actually. I think the Super Mario Brothers movie is gonna win though. Yeah, it's hard, and I actually don't know who I want to win because I haven't finished Castlevania Nocturne yet. And on a side note, Gran Turismo was actually really good. I actually really liked the movie. If you like racing in some way, shape, or form, I think you will like it. Like I grew up on Gran Turismo, and you know, it's a special place for, like, you know, in my heart because my dad loves Gran Turismo, so I watched it and I liked it.
Is
But
that
yeah,
actually based on a true story?
it is. Yeah, it's based on.
It's in the title, man. It's in the title, based on
Yeah.
a true story. It better be based on a true story.
it actually is.
I thought I couldn't believe myself because when I first saw the trailer while I was watching like another movie in theaters, they were like legit saying that, all right, this kid actually got good at driving because of this game. I'm just like, no, there's no way you can't just simulate what's something to real life, and I guess it's real. That's crazy to me.
The stunt driver for the main character is the actual like main character.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, which was kind of cool. So like all the driving that's in there, he's the one that did that for that. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
That's
So
crazy.
he it's kind of like it's really good. Like I like it. I
Well,
think the
there's
story
a
is
true
great.
story to the movie, but
Mhm.
not to the game.
Yeah, I mean, because it involves Gran Turismo, right? Because he
Yeah,
started
but
learning to race.
the movie's about a driver who played Gran Turismo and got good enough to become a real driver.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the game doesn't have a story that's anything that's
Yeah.
related to true life.
No, the
Oh
game
yeah,
is
of
just
course
Yeah.
not. Of course
The
not.
buy
game
a
is just a game.
car, go through.
You
Yeah,
make your story. You make your story in Gran
Yeah.
Turismo. That's your story.
exactly. But yeah, I think Mario's gonna win. I mean, I would want it to win because I think Mario was great. Like I like The Last of Us also. Twisted Metal was okay, and like I said, I didn't finish Castlevania Nocturne, but like I feel like Mario overall was just a good movie. It was fun. So yeah, you guys choose.
I think Mario is going to win, and it's the only one that I've finished out of all these nominees. I think I have like 3 episodes left of Castlevania Nocturne, and while I like it, it's not gripping me as much as the original series did.
Yeah,
Didn't
same.
see any same thing for you, yeah. Haven't seen Gran Turismo, but I own it. I will watch it one of these days because the trailer really intrigued me. Didn't finish The Last of Us, although I fully intend to one of these days, and haven't seen Twisted Metal. But I just think that Mario Brothers movie was just such a huge deal that it's gonna win, and it was good. It was very safe, but it was very good. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, I'm like the same way as Bryant. I only saw the Mario movie out of all of them, and with my experience with the Mario movie, it was one of the greatest things ever this year. And I'm glad they did this good. I mean, of course they had to play it safe with it too, but it was still a fantastic movie.
It
in my
was.
book. And I even though I I want the Super Mario Bros. Movie to win, a part of me is saying that The Last of Us could also take the cake as well. They're like
Yeah,
neck and neck to each other, mainly because I feel like The Last of Us reaches more of the casual audience compared to the Super Mario Bros. Movie
Yeah.
by like a long shot.
I agree.
Yeah.
You have no idea how many people I talked to who like seen the show but never actually played the video game.
Mm-hmm.
And once they're done watching that, actually watching the show, they go back and actually play the video game.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like because they want to appeal to the casual audience, they might give best adaptation to The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
It was also nominated for 3 Emmys, so obviously it's critically acclaimed. So
Yeah.
something.
I think I agree with you with that too. Like, to an extent, because I'm in both, but I do feel that Mario comes out on top with a lot of like the voters. But we could always be wrong. We'll see on December 7th. What about you, Fan?
I'm gonna say The Last of Us is gonna win because I never played the game until that show came out, and I actually played the game.
Oh, really?
I played the game along with the show. So as soon as I played the game, I stopped at a certain point, watched the episode, and then I waited a week, played more of the game, watched the episode. So I literally finished the game along with the show.
That's super interesting. I've never heard of somebody doing that before. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for season 2 so I can play Last of Us Part 2. Same way.
Oh man, you're in for something.
I did
the
forget.
remaster's coming out.
I know. I was
the
saying
remaster's coming out for the PS5.
Yep.
And
I forgot to mention that in the beginning. For
Yeah,
some
that's a
small
big deal. We
news.
should have talked about that.
Yeah, but it wasn't on my head.
Yeah,
Super Mario RPG's
I
been
think
on
they're
my
gonna
head.
win, mainly because like there's so much more. Like you were more invested in that show than you were in the Mario movie, just because one, it's a show, so you got more episodes, you got more character development, you like invested more into Ellie, than a cartoon video game character.
So this is why I think what Ash was saying, result, not that Fan is casual, but how it's going to appeal to casual audience more is kind of what Fan is saying. Because for me, as much as I enjoyed it for the most part, to me, The Last of Us, like first 2 episodes were great, and then it slowly started going downhill. And I think part of it, and this might just be a me thing, is when you actually experience a game, like characters and stuff like that hits you harder than watching the show. To me, I think like in the what was like 10 episodes, it wasn't enough to grab that, but like I played through with Joel and Ellie. I got to see like their relationship and stuff like that. And not only that, like like one of my favorite things was like and I was kind of upset like that whole school part. Remember where they're like running with was it like Frank was his name? And they're in like the schoolyard and
I think Frank's the other dude,
what's
isn't
the
it?
guy's name? I don't remember. Like it's been such a long time since I played it. But like when they're in that schoolyard and stuff like that, and seeing like what he keeps telling
Bill.
or Bill, that's his name. He keeps telling Bill or not Bill, Joel to leave Ellie. Leave Ellie. He's gonna get you killed. Gonna get you killed. And it's kind of like interesting to see because at that time point, this is where Joel was changing kind of his mind. And even though they kind of did the same thing in the show, I just felt like it was a little bit different because he was a lot meaner, where he was already, well, it's spoilers, I won't mention that. But it was a lot different because he was there the whole time and he kept saying it to Joel over and over again. And then finally at the end, he's like, don't leave Ellie, right? Where in the show none of that really plays out. It's just a whole flashback scene.
Dude, the way they did it in the show is like so good.
It's like to me,
I
like I said,
thought the way they did it was great.
For me, it wasn't. It's like that because the whole, like I said, that whole little sequence is just him constantly telling Joel, "Leave Ellie, leave Ellie."
Yeah,
in the
but
show,
that sequence
they don't even
episode
interact.
is like
they don't interact though. They don't.
Yeah, but if you did that
except
in
for
the
that
show,
small thing.
No, but I'm saying like if you try to do that in a TV show, that's like 2 minutes.
No, you can spread that out. I mean, Walking Dead has scenes similar to that they were able to spread out.
I don't think you could do it as good as the way that it did on that.
You don't think so? Yeah,
No.
that's my take. And a lot of other stuff was just kind of like, like they did like some of the stuff was pretty good. But like other stuff was like, like I don't know. But for me, it's just like the other thing was like it started off with the infected, and then towards the end there's like no infected. I'm like, okay, what is this like? And I know they said with part 2 they're gonna double it and have more infected because that's been a huge complaint that it went from being infected universe to just being man versus man. It's kind of the same thing like Walking Dead. Like for me, why I dropped off the Walking Dead, it went from being zombies to now it's just man versus man. I'm like, okay, I'm not watching a zombie show anymore. But anyways, let's move on to the next thing because we're talking about this too much. Best multiplayer game. We have Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna win, but I will say Party Animals is dope. I played it with my kids. It's actually really fun. And I forgot to read David was saying the Mario movie as well in the last category. But yeah, I think Baldur's Gate 3, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, like the multiplayer is there. Street Fighter 6 is just a fighting game. Yeah. Well, unless you do it local. Street Fighter 6 is just, fighting, right? Diablo 4 is normal. I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win because it's hype, but I really want Party Animals to win because it's fun. It's unique. But that's me. Ash, you said Baldur's Gate. You say Baldur's Gate is going to win and you want Baldur's Gate to win as well?
No, funny enough, I actually want Super Mario Bros. Wonder to win because it just, I mean, despite there's no online co-op, I mean, the pandemic's over. People can go over your house and play locally and stuff. I mean, co-op is still fun. So, I mean, yeah, I'd rather have Bros. Wonder to the win, but I know for a damn fact Baldur's Gate 3 is going to take that cake easily because it's practically D&D but in a video game. So like why wouldn't it win? So
yeah, I say the same. I mean, because Diablo 4 is almost like any other Diablo game. There wasn't anything too much more different. Where Baldur's Gate like really brought D&D into like the video game world even more.
Okay.
I think Baldur's Gate's basically going to win everything, including this category. I am one of like the only people on planet Earth that couldn't get into it as much as I want to because of how much hype there is with it. But like, it's just like too overwhelming for me. I would personally want. You understand? Okay, cool. I'm not the only.
I haven't played the game. I haven't played the game either.
I haven't played it either.
From watching like a lot of people and some of my friends that play the game, I can see why the game is extremely good. It's just I can't play it right now because you have to invest so much time into it. Each playthrough is like around 100 hours, despite if you play it alone or play with friends. So I get it.
Yeah, I
get it.
respect it. Like I can tell it's crazy good craftsmanship and everything like that, but it's too much for me. So I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate's gonna win. I would probably choose Diablo because Diablo I can understand and get into for the most part. Super Mario Wonder, I 100%ed it last week. It's a fantastic game. I just don't know if the multiplayer can eat at the same table as Baldur's Gate or Diablo. But
I'm surprised it made a nomination for multiplayer.
Yeah, same here. Party Animals, that's where it's at. It's a really fun game. I'm serious. There's so one thing about Party Animals is there's this there's like different things you can do, right? They have like one that's like soccer, they have one that's like football, they have one that's like basketball. There are all these like little mini games and they're really fun. They have like the physics of like Gang Beasts. I'm not sure if you ever played Gang Beasts. It's all like, like floppy physics. I don't know. There's like a ragdoll physics. There we go.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So they have that, but there's this one cool one where you have your two teams, and there's an arcade machine, and each team has fights for one person to be on the arcade machine, and once you get to the arcade machine, you have to play this little arcade game, and as you play the arcade game, you have to collect things, and as you know, and those are your points. But the other teams have to go to the other person's arcade team and try to knock that player off so that they can't play the game. So you're constantly going through and like fighting over there while at the same time defending your team's person who's on the arcade machine. And it was just so fun. Like it was unique. I've never played anything like that. And me and the kids were having a blast playing it. So yeah, like that's why I said like Party Animals. David was saying do a Party Animals group stream. That would be fun because you could do up to I think like 8 people. So we can do that and just do it like a one-off. Yeah, we'll think about that, David, because that would be fun. It's really, really fun.
It's not on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass. Yep, that's how I played it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we all got going there. Like, there's really no like progression system or anything, so you just go through and play. So yeah, we should try it one of these days. Yeah. So best sports and racing, we have EA Sports FC 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsports, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, and the Crew Motorfest. Forza, and I don't care who wins, but it's gonna be Forza.
Yeah, let Microsoft take the kick on that one because I already feel bad for not joining not having Starfield in there. So
I'm gonna say EA FC 24.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll say Forza. I'll say Forza.
Okay. And there's that. That's everyone.
We obviously don't have a lot to say on this topic.
No, I was
obviously
no.
Listen,
because I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. You know,
it would have been hilarious if they had Mark Craig.
I kind of wish the WR
the rally
yeah, the rally game.
Yeah,
but it came out too late. These nominations already happened before that game was released. But everything that I've seen of that game is like it makes it to where it's as real as real life rally racing.
So I think Party Animals should have been nominated for this as well because you can't play football and soccer and hockey in it. So this is a huge missed opportunity. Very bad.
Go tell Jeff Keighley. Go tell him.
I will tell him. It's like, hey, remember that when we get big enough where I can have a conversation with him? He's like, yeah, you remember that one time you didn't put Party Animals on Best Sports? All right, Best Sim Strategy Game. We have Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, City Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage,
I already know
Pikmin 4. Actually,
What
I think Pikmin 4 is the last one. I think actually Pikmin 4 is gonna win it, but I want Fire Emblem Engage to win it because Fire Emblem needs to just win everything. Anything that it's in, it should win. And Brian, just so you don't know, I'm a huge Fire Emblem nut. So like anytime Fire Emblem's there, it's automatically number one. You know, it can be the worst Fire Emblem game, and it's still the best game ever. I'm just kidding. I'm not that biased, but but I really enjoy Fire Emblem Engage. I like it a lot. I liked it more than Three Houses. Advanced Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. I couldn't get into it, man. Like I tried, and it's man. What I am sad. And maybe because it came out too late, is Front Mission 2 should probably be on there because Front Mission's it's a better like strategy game than Advance Wars in my opinion. But yeah, I think Pikmin 4 is gonna win it, but I want Fire Emblem Engage to win it.
Same, because I think the Pikmin 4 brought enough that's different that made people want to come back and play Pikmin 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Especially they released Pikmin 1 and 2 at the same time. So the combo. So
I think I think Pikmin is gonna win.
Mhm.
I just think it had a ton of mass appeal. It was kind of a big deal when it came out, and I've tried getting into Fire Emblem multiple times. I own Fire Emblem Engage, and it's a game that I really want to get into. So maybe one day I can like shoot you a text, and you can give me the rundown of everything I have questions about, and maybe I'll join your fan club.
Do it. We need more Fire Emblem people. Like literally, that came on my camera. But I had my amiibo goal was to collect every Fire Emblem character. That's why I have Ike here. I have Broken Hand Marth here. I have like literally all the Fire Emblem amiibos except for like 2. I have them all on this wall because I just love Fire Emblem. What about you, Ash?
I want Fire Emblem to win, and honestly, I don't know who might win this. To be perfectly honest, because I didn't really hear too much anything about Pikmin 4 when the game came out. So
Oh, they have sales, like their sales report. It's the fastest selling Pikmin game. It's won a lot more mass appeal. I mean,
even a lot of YouTubers gave it praise.
Yeah, it's got good reviews and everything. I was just listening to another podcast the other day, and a lot of people were talking about how they still love Pikmin 4, and they they enjoy it and they feel that a lot more people should play it. So I that's why I think I actually want to play it. I played the demo and I enjoyed it, and again I played Pikmin 3, so I want to play Pikmin 4.
I wanna go back and like actually play not go back or at least try Pikmin 1, 2, and 3
Yeah.
because like when I was playing a lot of Luigi's Mansion back then,
Mm-hmm.
they did have like back then they had the trailers that came with the games and stuff. You get to watch the trailers, and one of those trailers was Pikmin 1 actually. And I used to watch all the time because I always like the music with it too. So
Yeah.
I know they released the remasters on the Switch, so I might just start from there and then we'll work my way up if I do want to like it or something. So
I mean, use that QVC code that Wario64 always uses, and you can.
Dude, we already talked about this. The QVC didn't work for me, man.
What it did? Oh yeah, because they don't deliver to there. Just get it delivered to my house. They have to deliver by my house. There's a freaking QVC outlet right next to me.
I was delivering it around your area, and they were still saying no.
What?
And I'm like, excuse me.
That's
Are you
weird.
kidding me?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll try it again. But I try to do it for this. I try to do it for other games. They said no, 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 and no.
We'll
like,
send it to Brian's house, and then Brian can send it to us. There we go. Because he's not in our area, so that'll make things easier.
We'll see.
All right. So I guess we all said Pikmin, or did you say Pikmin as well, fan? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So, I say Fire Emblem Engage. I love the game a lot. I want
you think it's gonna win too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So best family game: Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Yeah, Sonic Superstars has no chance in hell with that. So yeah, good luck with that. Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Mario Wonder.
I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna say Disney Illusion Island.
The game looks cool. It looks cool, but Super Mario Brothers Wonder is just too good. Party Animals though is also good. So I still gotta play Sonic Superstars. Best fighting game: Street Fighter 6, Street Fighter 6, Street Fighter 6, Street Fighter. No, just kidding. God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery. Never heard of that. Looks kind of cool actually. And Street Fighter 6. I want Street Fighter 6 to win, but if I know the Game Awards audience and like the people, I feel like they're gonna have Mortal Kombat 1 win, even though, and I guess I should put full disclosure, I'm not a big Mortal Kombat fan to begin with. I think Street Fighter is just a better fighting game. Mortal Kombat's always been too slow for me. But yeah, I think Mortal Kombat 1 is gonna win, but I want Street Fighter 6 to win.
So I'm on the camp on Street Fighter 6. I want them to win, but in regards to like popularity, I see Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1 neck to neck, mainly because there's already a lot of money into these franchises. Not because not just in production, but also in the tournaments and stuff. Lots of money goes into these tournaments for both these games, so they're quite like close to each other at that point. A part of me wants Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2 to win, because I know that game recently came out and it's actually pretty decent and good. It's like it's a good alternative to Smash Brothers, and like they actually hired a good amount of the old cast to reprise their roles for the older Nickelodeon shows and stuff, which is good.
IGN gave it a 9.
Really?
A
Yeah.
9?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Well,
was
because the first
shocked.
one, they fixed a lot of stuff from the first one.
Yeah, the first one didn't
Yeah.
even have voice acting in it in the
Yeah.
beginning.
This one right here is this is more like what one should have been. And from based on what I've been seeing, from my friends that play this game a lot, they definitely put a lot of good references and a lot of care into this game a lot.
Mhm.
Which, I mean, it's unfortunate that they're not going to win this, because like, yeah, I'm going based off of James logic, based on the audience. It's probably already going to be Street Fighter 6 or Mortal Kombat 1 based on popularity here. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because well, I'll let Fan answer first.
I'm just gonna say Street Fighter 6, just
Okay.
because it's such a big name,
Mhm.
and the new like story mode and stuff like that they added in, which is pretty cool. And I mean, they have like freaking Street Fighter tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is there more Kombat tournaments?
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
I mean,
I guess they do,
yeah.
but-
Like I said,
I've never heard of them.
yeah, like I said, there's lots of money that they
Yeah.
put into these tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think
I-
Street Fighter 6 is gonna win.
See, I hope Street Fighter 6 wins. I just feel like the audience. So the Game Awards to me just seems to be very biased against like Western developers, right? You know,
or
and
like
it
Last
just
of Us?
it well, and like yeah, anything like that, like anything Western made, like you know, some games on there, and we're gonna get to it in a few. Some games I'm like, no, these games should not be here. Like perfect example, last year, God of War Ragnarok should not have won Best OST. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a way better OST. I will fight anybody that says otherwise. It is a
we're gonna
better
have
OST. Because like
We're gonna have a spicy conversation
yeah.
when we come up with the nominees this year. It'll be a
Oh,
spicy conversation.
of course we will.
I,
but like
I
to me, like that the
There's
battle
no
themes of
memor-
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is just so like that song is better than anything in God of War. Instead of the like that's all that is in God of War. Like
there's no memorable OST from God of War for God of War 2016 and Ragnarok. I
Yeah.
can't say the same thing for PS2 God of War games, but for this, I feel like I'm just watching a movie like half the time
Yeah.
when I'm playing those games.
yeah,
Honestly.
no, and don't get me wrong, the games are good, right?
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah,
enjoy
games are
them,
fun.
but like nah. But anyways, yeah, let's you know I get heated with this. Oh, best RPG. Oh,
Wait,
Brian, here we go.
Did I speak about?
I thought you
what I
did.
picked?
Did you? Oh,
No, you didn't.
I'm fine. Let's go back.
Skipping me
You
over,
just-
man. Oof.
I'm sorry, Brian. I thought you did.
No, it's all good. I want Street Fighter 6 to win because I really enjoyed Street Fighter 6,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Mortal Kombat's going to win given the provenance of it getting premiered at the Game Awards. Like I think there might be some. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
there's no. I don't know if there's bias, but I just think that Mortal Kombat's got that gore thing and like it's very popular or whatever. So we'll see.
I agree 100% with that. Yeah, and they're probably slipping in money like, hey, Jeff, if you want us to premiere something again, you know what you got to do.
I don't think Ed Boon has to do that, to be honest.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Best RPG. Oh, here we go. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Liza P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. Brian knows what I'm gonna say. We've discussed this before. One of these does not belong here. He thinks otherwise, but in my opinion, one of these games does not belong here, and that is Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16 should be in the best action category, but not RPG, because I feel that it is less of an RPG and more of an action game. What should be in there is Octopath Traveler 2, which a lot of people have been, you know, disliking my video like crazy. Like, I have a bunch of dislikes on that video, which is crazy. But yeah, Octopath Traveler 2, I think, should be in there.
Yeah.
And it's because it's an RPG, right? Through and through. It's only an RPG. And it's also really, really good. It's actually it's well improved versus the first one. The first one was kind of boring. Like halfway through, I stopped. Where this one is a lot more interesting that I'm definitely going to go back to and finish it. It's just, you know, Super Mario RPGs here, and I gotta play the best RPG first. But like I think Octopath Traveler 2 should have been here. But that being said, I want Sea of Stars to win, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win.
Same. I think Baldur's Gate is going to win, but I want Sea of Stars to win because even though it's an indie game, not like from a huge like big name developer or whatever, game slaps.
Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win. Listen, I'll be really freaking surprised if Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't win that. I swear to God. That's literally the
I'm gonna hack into the database and make Sea of Stars.
That's literally the epitome of an RPG. Like the Dungeons and Dragons is literally the starting point of an RPG. If Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't win that, there's gonna be some hell to pay from the Twitter mobs. I'm telling you right now. That's all I gotta say about it. Listen, I know you want to see Stars to win, James, but listen, Baldur's Gate 3 takes the concept of an RPG to a whole new level, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Not my level. It'll take it to their level, but my level's good.
But your level's right here. Their level's up here.
So more like my level's over here. Their level's over here. More like that.
Listen, Sea of Stars not gonna win. I'm sorry, but what I want to win though is Lies of P. Actually, Lies of P been slipped down a lot and stuff. But I would say that if anyone has a really strong addiction or addiction for Bloodborne, Lies of P is the closest thing you're ever gonna get. And you basically play as Pinocchio. He gets to wear a whole bunch of different skins. It's a Souls-like. They literally says it's a Souls-like game. Fun ass game, wonderful. So I hope they win in the BLB. To be perfectly honest with you. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Lies of P will win just because
it's not gonna win. I know that.
I think it's just the Souls-like is like so played out now.
All right, Bryant, what do you think?
Okay, so I got thoughts. So here's the thing. I do agree with. I think we're all in agreement here that we all think Baldur's Gate is going to win, whether or not we wanted to or not, or we think it's going to win because it's Dungeons and Dragons. The rule set of it is Dungeons and Dragons and everything like that's just RPG as RPG gets. I platinumed Sea of Stars last month and I loved it. It was fantastic and it just a truly special game. I also agree that Octopath Traveler 2 should be on here. From what I played of it, it also is extremely good. I can't get into Soulsborne games. I tried Lies of P and it continued that trend. The only Soulsborne game that I could get into was Star Wars Jedi. Those are the only ones that was the only ones I was able to finish.
Sure.
But as far as Final Fantasy XVI goes, I just want to read the definition of a role-playing game. A role-playing game is a game in which players assume the roles of characters in a fictional setting. Players take responsibility for acting out these roles within a narrative, either through literal acting or through a process of structured decision-making regarding character development. So, I do think Final Fantasy
I agree
is an RPG. It's my we'll get to this later, but it is my favorite Final Fantasy game ever. That's how much of an effect it had on me. I platinumed that one as well. I do think Baldur's Gate is going to win. I think Sea of Stars is incredible, but if I had to choose who my favorite RPG is, it would definitely be Final Fantasy 16.
All right, and that's that. And like I said, no hard feelings to Final Fantasy 16 fans. Like, me and Brian had a discussion like that. I just, to me, it was just too much of an action game, which it's not a bad thing. I love action games.
It's an action RPG.
Isn't Lies of P action? Yeah, isn't Lies of P action?
But there's more RPG. There's more RPG elements in that. So like my thing was like, for a while, I did not change my sword in Final Fantasy 16 because I forgot. And then when it came time to get a sword, I was like, oh wow, I forgot I can change equipment. And it's because the equipment didn't really affect anything. The same thing with like the skill tree there. It's almost like there just to be there. Like Devil May Cry has a better like skill system where you use the gems to buy stuff than Final Fantasy 16, in my opinion. Like because like Final Fantasy 15, for example, is an action RPG, but the equipment and a lot of that stuff, a lot of it actually affects your character. Where in 16, I felt like it was just like non-existent. Never changed my accessories.
I don't even mind it just for the aesthetic.
Say it again.
I said I don't even mind like just the sword changing for the aesthetic alone was cool enough. Like when he gets the new outfit and like you get various accessories for like little buffs or whatever. But like I don't know, I think there's other things in that game.
I don't think the
on.
equipment should be the defining feature of what makes it.
But it's part of it. Like an RPG has like right. It's like sometimes you have like skill based systems or you have equipment there and stuff like that. Because by that definition, right, and we all know role playing game, you assume the role of something you play, right? Any game like Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom could be a role playing game because you're playing the role of Link. But in the terms of like RPG game, we all know it's like stats, sometimes level based. A lot of times, you have like skill trees and stuff like that. And I just feel like Final Fantasy 16 was really light. It like in best action adventure, it should be in that category. I just personally don't feel it should be in the best RPG category. It's a different argument than other people are saying because there's some people are saying it's not a Final Fantasy game, and I think that's not true. Because Final Fantasy could be whatever it wants to be, and it's a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, I think people they're losing the concept of what makes Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Final Fantasy can be whatever it wants to be. Yeah. Like that, I disagree hardly. Like it's a Final Fantasy game through and through, whether you like it or not.
Okay,
it's just
I'm glad you feel that way.
It's just the RPG thing. Like I don't feel it's like, for example, or like a good example is Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy, that has more stat building and stuff like that than 16 does, and that's where I was disappointed in. But it's a totally different topic there.
I think we could have a whole episode on 16 alone.
We should.
It would be very interesting.
We should. That would be nice.
I've only played the demo, and with how
really?
everyone's reviews of the game, because I had fun on the demo, but everyone was talking about the game. Like, I might wait till it goes on sale before I actually buy it.
It's on sale on PSN right now.
How much?
Oh yeah, it is. It's like 50, right?
44, I think.
Yeah, it's not low enough for me.
Honestly, like I was already sold by the fact on the setting and story in and of itself, and that's one of the more important things of an RPG compared to like equipment and stats as well.
Yeah,
I feel like how they pace the story, how they written the characters. It was done a really good goddamn job.
See, and that's another thing I did not like.
See, I'm like halfway because I don't own a PS5. My roommate owns a PS5. So what I'm doing is that like when I actually get some free time, I will actually remote play to my roommate's PS5 and play from there and stuff. Which remote play works flawlessly and everything. But if anything, if I do want to beating it, I'm still gonna play it again once it re-releases on PC. Which that's another thing I like to talk about for 16. I feel like it was being the whole presentation and graphical fidelity was held back by the PS5, despite that Yoshi P keeps saying that listen, you gotta play on the PS5. It maxes everything out. You will truly get the best experience. I didn't think so, to be perfectly honest, right? So
it's gonna be amazing on PC when that comes out.
Extremely amazing. I already got the whole PC rated for that. I got my LG C1, but about to take it for a ride. I'm already replaying Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated off of this thing. We'll appear on my PC with VR, 4K, 120 hertz. One of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. All because I play on a PC, man. Like it's great. I've been a PC gamer for a while, and like if I know for a fact it's going to come to PC, I'm also play off of here, to be perfectly honest.
Didn't they announce it's coming to PC? I thought they announced it officially.
Oh, they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're working
it's
on
coming.
it.
It's coming, but it's going to be coming like next year during the summer.
Yeah, we
or
don't know
later,
yet. Yeah.
or
I'll
even
still
later,
get it
so.
on the PS5 just because it's gonna run well.
It will run.
It will run.
Oh
It
no,
will run.
I'm trusting Yoshi with this PC port because listen, the game came out. It only needed one patch, and it was a small patch, and that was it. So.
Yeah.
I'm trusting with him when it comes to this PC port, so we're good.
All right, best action adventure game. We have Alan Wake 2, which I've yet to play. I do want to play it.
Me too.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Jedi Survivor, which I also have yet to play, and then The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
This is going to be split.
It's going to be hard, but I want Tears of the Kingdom to win, and I think Tears of the Kingdom is going to win.
See, so I want Resident Evil 4 remake to win, but I know for a fact that Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to win. It's going to win. I know that it's going to win. Like it's
what about you guys?
So would want Resident Evil 4 to win because that's the only one out of all those games that I've beaten. It was a fantastic remake. But Alan Wake 2, I got some hot takes on Alan Wake 2. I definitely am going against the
okay.
critical thing.
Did you played Alan Wake 2 already?
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little ways into it. I haven't beaten it yet, but I got some takes that definitely
are you in the camp that call it a Resident Evil clone?
I'm
just curious because I've heard a lot of talk about that. Like I've played Alan Wake 1.
So here's from what I've seen, right? It like because right now I'm actually playing through Alan Wake 1 on my computer right now and stuff. And between 1 and 2, they look drastically different when it comes to like the UI design. Definitely graphical fidelity, of course. But it's been a while since they released like a sequel for Alan Wake. But like I wouldn't even call like a Resident Evil clone, to be perfectly honest, because the way like the level design is and the controls are, from what I've seen, looks drastically different compared to Resident Evil. And once you start playing it, you're gonna know for a fact if you're playing a Resident Evil game or not. Like, trust me.
Would you say it's more like Silent Hill?
Yeah.
I would.
Towards that.
I think it's more like Silent Hill than Resident Evil.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's very ambiguous, like Silent Hill is, like the puzzles and stuff, and like when you go in like the writer's room and stuff like that. But yeah, I have some hot takes about Alan Wake, but we'll not try to draw this podcast out anymore.
Right. So you want Resident Evil 4 to win, but who do you think is going to win?
I think I can't see a way that Tears of the Kingdom comes out of the Game of the Year, or again comes out of the Video Game Awards without a win in a category. And I think that this is probably maybe the only one that it's in that doesn't have Baldur's Gate in it as well. And so I'm going to choose Tears of the Kingdom because of that.
Okay.
All
right.
What about you, Fan?
Oh, it's Zelda all the way for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, my take on Resident Evil 4, and there's a lot of things like saying that as a remake should it be nominated. I personally am in that camp that I don't think it should have been nominated in any of the categories because it's a remake, right? The foundation was already laid there. And even though the game is remade, like, outside of the beginning, the majority of it's just totally different from the game. The story beats are still the same. So, like, I'm not a fan. It's like, having, like, I mean, it's not a bad example, but like Super Mario RPG, and I guess Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't know if it was when it was in was it part of the Game Awards at one point? Do you guys remember?
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Like even like that, like I wouldn't want that to be in there because even though it's different, and technically Final Fantasy VII Remake,
it's a whole different
semi-spoilers. Yeah, it's not even a remake. It's
it's
like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII 2. It's not even a reimagining. It's actually a sequel. Like, we all play it. It's definitely a sequel to Final Fantasy VII, so that's a little bit different. Before is not that. But that was my hot take.
Reimagine because it's the same story.
It's
I wouldn't
not,
call
it's
it a sequel. It's like a parallel universe.
Well, we'll talk about it off stream because I think there's I don't know who has played it or not, but like there's a lot of things that Nomura has been hinting at, and it's definitely seeing it's a sequel. So
he's been spinning right now. He's been cooking.
Yeah,
it's funny.
So best action game, which also Final Fantasy 16 could have been in, is Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. I think Hi-Fi Rush is gonna win this.
I haven't played none of these games, but I want Hi-Fi Rush to win only because the fact that nobody knew this game was coming out. This game literally just got shadow drop. Everybody freaking loved it. Yeah. So I want Hi-Fi Rush to win. Because Hi-Fi Rush is a proven point that you don't need to have like a rush deadline to have a good game.
Yeah.
So
the only thing I don't like is co-developed or published by Bethesda.
Well, yeah, because Tango Gameworks is part of Bethesda now.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah, Hi-Fi Rush.
I'm picking Hi-Fi Rush for a want and think will win because that game was just totally so trending when that came out. It was viral.
Yeah. It just reminds me of Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, the art style is so nice.
The art style, but fighting,
Mm-hmm. All
just
right,
like Jet Set Radio meets what's that? No More Heroes.
Yeah,
it's kind of like you mash those two together.
I feel bad for Armored Core though. I feel bad.
I know.
I love them. They've won enough awards.
Yeah, I mean, From Software usually always wins, and I love Armored Core, and hopefully this doesn't deter them from making another Armored Core. But real quick, on YouTube, David said he thought that Spider-Man 2 would have more content. And then I think, and then he was talking about Alan Wake 2 that he wants to play it because it looked like Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil.
Doesn't play like Resident Evil really, except for the over-the-shoulder, the perspective. Otherwise, it's kind of different.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, best VR AR game: Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR mode, or Synapse. I'm gonna say Humanity because I've heard a lot of people talk about Humanity. I'm gonna go with Humanity. I think Humanity is gonna win. What I want to win, probably Resident Evil Village because it's Resident Evil.
Honestly, if they're gonna if they show me a list of games and they ask me where I'm gonna be sold the most on, it's probably gonna be Resident Evil Village VR mode for me. Yeah. I mean, everyone already has played Village at this point, and then because the main star Dimitrescu only for the first 8 hours. No, not even 8 hours, because Resident Evil games you can just be running those. No,
that's like an hour.
4 hours, like 4 hours for like a first playthrough, give or take. But like yeah, who doesn't want to revisit Resident Evil but in VR this time? Yeah. Why not? So,
did you play it in VR, Ash?
No, not yet. No, I don't think I can, because I think that's only on the PS5 or the PlayStation VR 2, but is only usable on the PS5, so I can't really play it. But if I had a choice to pick out of these 5, I want Resident Evil or a Village VR mode to win. So.
I played Resident Evil Village in VR, and it's really cool. It's fantastic. But I think who I would choose to win would be Horizon. So I think it's gonna win. I'll choose Horizon.
Okay. Did the Resident Evil 4 VR thing came out already?
No, not yet.
All right.
That'll be awesome though.
Yeah, I need that too.
I'm gonna say GT7.
Okay. Gran Turismo. Nice. Best mobile game: Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter Now, Terra, Nil.
Never played any of them.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Sorry,
I was thinking about making a strategy guide for Hello Kitty Island Adventure, but I would get too involved in that project. I don't know what I do.
Yeah.
I'll choose Honkai Star Rail. I think that game's got a lot of appeal.
Okay. The only reason why I'm saying Hello Kitty Island Adventure is because it's literally just Animal Crossing. So I think it has a more mass appeal, and anybody who's played it, they know what they're getting into. And it's fun. Like, I played it with my daughter, and I had it feels like Animal Crossing, just with Hello Kitty characters.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll say Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis.
Ever Crisis.
It's a known
choice,
IP.
Yeah,
I never played it, because you got to freaking buy it on iOS, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
What's that? What? You talking about Hello Kitty?
No, Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay. No, it's free.
Yeah, there's gacha stuff in it. Yeah, there's gacha stuff in it though.
Yeah, that I tried it and I fell off right away. I was like, yeah, I can't. Like, if they would have, I would have rather spent $20 to play through the whole story and those graphics.
Yep.
Versus do it the way they're doing it. But yeah, moving on. Best debut indie game. I'm gonna try to speed up a little bit because we are definitely past.
Did we skip this one? Because I don't know if anyone's ever played this.
No, I haven't played none of those games either.
No, I mean, I will tell you this: I think Pizza Tower is gonna win because it's basically just Wario Land, and it was a lot of people were loving this game. So I think Pizza Tower is gonna win, even though I heard Cocoon is also up there. But I'm gonna go with Pizza Tower. What about you guys?
I mean, I've never played any of them, so I'm just gonna go based on the artwork, and I'm gonna go Dredge.
Okay.
I'll use a strategy too. I like Venba's artwork, so I'm gonna go with Venba.
Okay.
I didn't see the nominees. Did you say Dave the Diver?
No.
No.
So they removed it. Dave the Diver was originally there, I think, and then they removed it because they're not an indie developer. It's Nexon.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, I was surprised about that, to be honest. I thought that was legit an indie game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, then I'll say Pizza Tower as well, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's just Wario Land. Have you ever played a Wario Land game? It's that.
I love Wario
Oh
Land.
no, I lie. It's in this one. Best independent game. It's in here.
So it's not debut.
Yeah, so not debut. So we have Cocoon, Dave the Diver. How can Cocoon be in both? Well, I guess it can. Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars.
Because a lot of people are going against Dave the Diver because it's not an indie game. Yeah, it's by Nexon, which is a giant corporation. They're not an independent developer.
Despite that, I feel like that Dave the Diver and Sea of Stars are going to be neck and neck with each other. But I really want Sea of Stars to win, so I want to see them win.
So promise you this: if Sea of Stars wins, Square Enix is going to bring Chrono Trigger to all platforms.
Oh man, don't get. Oh man,
Hilarious.
They're gonna look at it and be like, "What? Like
Wish it
a
to
game that's like
existence.
Chrono Trigger won Best Independent Game? Why don't we bring Chrono Trigger to all these platforms?"
And make it look like Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Or what was the Star Ocean Second Story R?
Yeah,
whatever?
the second Star Ocean Second Story R looks. I gotta say, it
awesome.
looks better than Octopath Traveler too.
I saw some gameplay. I'm like, oh damn, okay, all right, I see them, and then like I don't know who did like the art. I'm just like, damn.
It's not even TRE they did it. I forgot. It's some company, and this is their first like game ever that they made.
Really?
Yeah.
That's freaking impressive. Like Jesus. Oof.
So what was your choice, fan?
Oh, Sea of Stars.
Okay,
I mean,
so all four Sea of Stars.
that's a given.
Yeah, nice. All right, best community support. I mean, you guys want to vote on this or
Best community
pass?
support. Let me say.
Pass.
We'll pass.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
wait,
Baldur's
wait.
Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, No Man's Sky. I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy 14, but I mean we could all skip it.
14 Baldur's Gate 3 were like neck and neck, so that's all I gotta say about that one.
It might be Baldur's Gate 3 because 14
Later
I feel like wins this all the time.
This Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win everything.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, all right. Best ongoing: Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 14.
14.
I'm gonna say Genshin.
I'm gonna say Genshin because the fan base will do anything to get some free premium currency. So Genshin Impact. Even though they don't deserve it, which the game is good. The game is fun. The recent patches is great, but not to the same quality as 14. So,
do you guys want to vote for Games for Impact or skip?
Yeah.
Because I've never played any of these.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what Games for Impact is.
It's it impacted you, I guess, somehow.
Yeah.
You want to vote on innovation and accessibility or skip? Because I
honestly don't know how any of these games
I think
innovation and accessibility.
I think Marvel Spider-Man will win because like I think they talk a good bit about the accessibility stuff in there too. So I feel like they're gonna win that part.
All right.
I don't think I'm equipped to say like what makes something good accessibility wise.
Same.
Okay, this one we're gonna vote on because I want to vote on this. Best performance: Ben Starr as Claude, Final Fantasy 16. Cameron I can't say his last name. Was it Monahan? Is it
Monahan?
Yeah, for Cal in Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Idris.
I mean, he used his like whole face and everything.
Yeah.
Like, not just his voice.
Idris Elba in Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. I forgot the character he plays. Melanie Liburd in Alan Wake 2. I assume she's probably maybe the main character.
She's the FBI agent.
I have a problem with her.
Oh, because she's British. Because she's British and she's trying to do an American accent.
Worst accent ever.
Yeah,
really? I didn't even know that part. I gotta hear that again. Jesus.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining about
that.
that.
Terrible.
A lot of people were complaining about that because she's supposed to be American, but she's like her accent will switch on and off, and it's like. Yep. They don't understand why they kept that like that, or they didn't just hire like an American, voice actress,
or just make the character British.
Yeah, or make her British. I've been fine.
She could be a British immigrant, in America, right?
Yeah, why not?
Or because you can be born. In this, you can be.
Can you be an FBI agent if you're born from a different country?
That I don't know.
You even if you're born in if you have American parents, and you're born in another country, technically you could still be American citizen.
Yeah, but can
yeah,
you be an
dual
FBI
citizenship.
agent?
Yeah.
Can you be an FBI agent? That's the question.
This is
I
going
mean,
out of the scope of the podcast.
I mean,
yeah.
Did it have to be an FBI agent? It could have been like Interpol, like freaking
Okay.
international.
Yeah, they
code.
could have changed
It
it.
could have done something completely different.
That depends on the background checks, to be honest, because
Yeah.
I did the job postings and the requirements. They do want you to be a citizen, and
Okay.
that's all I saw from it. So,
All right. And full disclosure, none of us work for the government. We don't know how any of this works. So,
We're just talking out like wind.
Neil Newbon in Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, so I don't know who his character is. And then my man, Yuri Lowenthal, Peter Parker, Spider-Man 2. I want Yuri to win because I ever since I was a kid, I've always loved his voice work. So I'm biased, but I want Yuri to win.
all right. So this is like a hard matchup here because we also got Idris Elba up in there too. People love Idris Elba.
But okay, for me with Idris Elba, he's an actor. He wins awards. Like let these guys win. Let these guys win.
Yeah. Of course,
it's not up to him.
Of course. But still, back to my original point about Last of Us appealing to the more casual audience. I won't be surprised if Idris Elba wins that. Okay. So like that, just saying. But like, Idris Elba's in there. Now Neil Newbon, so I believe he's actually, I think he voices like the most popular character in Baldur's Gate 3, which is why he's on there in the first place. And I think if you go back to the cover art of Baldur's Gate 3, he's the guy at the bottom who has the white hair. Okay. He's probably like he looks like a gay vampire or something like that. Yeah, I think that's who he voices, and everybody who plays it loves the hell out of him. Okay. So that's why he can be really competitive mainly because of that. Who's the first two? Because I can't see their names.
Ben Starr, that's Claude. Yeah, I'll scroll down some. Claude's voice actor.
Ben Starr as Clyde. He did fantastic with Clyde. He's awesome. Yeah, and then who's the guy right next to him?
Cameron. He's the big character of Star Wars.
Star Wars Jedi.
I don't play that.
You never seen the cover art? Like he's literally like his likeness.
They literally use his likeness.
Star Wars. How many times I gotta say that?
Okay. You don't have to play to see his face. Like even from there, you're like that because like I
don't even know what the game's about.
His likeness is 1-to-1. His likeness is like literally 1-to-1.
Legit. The only two Star Wars game I played in the past is Star Wars Rogue Squadron back on the N64 and Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 1 on the PS3. Those are the only two.
So the Force Unleashed also used an actor and used his likeness as the character.
Okay.
Same thing. They did it.
He was I was watching something. He was in it.
Okay, but the thing is, like when they talk about Star Wars, for this, I never like paid any attention to it at all. I never did. So
all right.
like even if I see the cover, I'll just take a glance at it and that's it. Okay. So yeah. But yeah. Okay, so with that being said, since it's Star Wars and apparently he did a good job with the main character, yeah, he can be hella competitive too.
Well, he's he's also a famous actor in what's that TV show?
Shameless.
Yeah.
Never seen that.
Yeah. So he also has stuff.
He also played a Joker-like character.
In the Gotham TV series, I forgot that. Yeah, he played Joker. Yeah.
He didn't play Joker.
Wasn't that Joker?
Joker-like. Okay. No, because it was a precursor to the Joker.
Okay.
Yeah. So they called him a Joker-like character.
Now, personally, I love Yuri Lowenthal because I also grew up with his voice. He did an amazing job for all the roles he played in. It's just hard to pick between these actors because they all did amazing. They all did an amazing job as well. We don't really have a bias as towards any of these actors and stuff. So it's hard to pick. That's the issue.
I mean, it's your choice, man.
Yeah.
So it's who you want.
The power is yours.
If anything, if we're going to appeal to the masses, probably Idris Elba. But deeply, I want Yuri Lowenthal to win.
Yuri Squad, rise up. All right, is that all of us? Did we all pick?
No, Fan hasn't picked yet.
I haven't picked it.
You haven't picked yet? Okay. Who?
Yeah.
You gonna pick Ben Starr? Is that who you're gonna pick?
Yeah, 100% Ben Starr. He just won the Joystick Award for his performance of Clive Rossfield. Absolutely. It's probably my favorite performance I've ever heard in a video game ever. Like the emotionality of his voice, the
Well, hold on. So
screaming.
you are you saying Charles Martinet is not that good? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't know, those Wahoos come close, but no, Ben Starr, Ben Starr, man, that's the best performance I've ever heard in a game ever, and he won the Golden Joystick Award, and I hope he wins this
great.
too, and I'm gonna choose him.
He's
Yeah.
great.
All right, cool.
He's great.
Okay.
Everyone's competitive. I love the lineup. So
No, I agree. I like Ben Starr's voice as Claude. Like, you know, it sold me. And his range from or Clyde.
Claude. It's Clyde.
They're the same.
who are you
Claude,
talking
Clyde.
about,
You've been saying Claude, and I'm like, who are you talking about?
There's so
Claude-
many
Claude
because
from
Claude.
Three Houses?
No, Claude is from Star Ocean. I think.
Star Ocean, who's
Yeah.
played by Shinji Ikari, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, really? Huh. But yeah,
Yeah,
like
the
Claude. I
English
keep
voice
getting them
actor.
confused. Like Claude and Clyde. I keep getting confused. But
I thought
yeah.
like you were trying to say Cloud, but then like
No.
mixing in Clyde, and I'm like,
No,
who are you
because
talking
Claude is
about,
from
dude?
there. And Claude's also from another game too that I played.
Yeah.
But you know,
Honestly-
Star Wars has been on my mind.
Probably Fire Emblem.
Honestly, Brian.
Yeah, it is in Fire Emblem.
Brian,
There is a
I'm
Claude in
surprised-
Fire Emblem.
Brian, I'm surprised
What?
you didn't pick Yuri Lowenthal because Yuri Lowenthal played as Yosuke from Persona 4.
Yeah, he also did his voice. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that. I don't care about Star.
Then again, did you even like Yosuke in the game? That's a
I
real
like
question.
him.
Yeah, he was fine. He was
So-
fine.
Yeah.
Here's my standpoint. Those like Japanese JRPG games, if it
Yeah.
has Japanese voice, I'm always playing Japanese voice.
See, I try to always play English
Ah.
voice unless I can't stand the English voice.
No, like Final Fantasy
Here comes
7
another huge
remake.
debate.
Final Fantasy 7 remake. I did Japanese voice.
Disrespect
didn't
to
play the game.
Barrett
What?
Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disrespect to Barrett Wallace.
The voice cast in English is really good in Final Fantasy VII
Yeah,
Remake.
extremely good. Listen, I understand the whole authenticity with the Japanese game, but
The
give
lip
the
movement
voice
in the
a shot.
words just work. It works. Better.
Do you play Kingdom Hearts in Japanese? Like, do
Oh,
you
yeah.
listen to Mickey
Oh,
Mouse in
yeah.
Japanese?
Oh,
yeah.
Like-
oh god, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah, like no.
okay. I mean, it works.
It's funny.
No, like I remember
It-
watching like back in the days, like watching Kingdom Hearts 2 footage in Japanese and listening to like before it even came out in the States and hearing Mickey Mouse and Goofy and Donald. I'm like, no, like you know, but like you said, it does work. They try to mimic it, you know.
It's-
Yeah,
it's-
that's what I'm
okay,
saying with
it's-
Final Fantasy 7 remake. The voice movement ties in with the Japanese language.
I thought they redid the lip sync to match.
No, yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
lip sync
I
perfectly
played it
matches,
and
but,
I don't know. I saw the difference, so I just kept it as Japanese.
Okay.
Listen, if I got a
That's
brother
me,
in the
man.
game like Barrett or even Size, I'm going to hear them in their
Hey,
English
man.
voice, bro.
Even the
It-
voice for Barrett in the Japanese was really good too.
Yeah, Barrett's voice in English is
Yeah.
good too. And the voice actor to Cloud, he's from was it the TV show All Americans on Netflix? I didn't know that. He's an actual actor, which is an ongoing series that he's in. So yeah, you know,
My
not to
choice,
say
I'll pick
actual
Cameron
actor,
Monaghan,
they're all
though.
actors.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick
You're
Cameron.
choosing
Monaghan.
Cameron Monan. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
he's good too.
Best audio design. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design.
Hi-Fi
So-
Rush.
So for me with this is not the same as best soundtrack, right? I don't think so.
No,
Hold on,
Best
let me
I think
in-game
I-
audio, meaning like
it's just
we're
like-
talking about sound design, sound
Sound
effects.
design
Oh, yeah.
in general.
all that.
So yeah, it's
Like
next.
overall sound, not just music.
Okay. So Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4. Yeah, I'll just go with
Hi-Fi
Hi-Fi
Rush.
Rush. Yeah.
Honestly, man, listen, if Dead Space remake was in there, I would automatically pick that game as
It is.
best audio
It is.
design.
It
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dead
It's
Space right
audio-
there, dude.
I don't see it.
It's the second
You're
one.
probably
It's
in
the second
soundtrack.
one.
Oh, my
You have
bad.
to be
My
in
bad.
audio design.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Audio design.
best audio design. Yeah, Dead Space remake, hands down, best. Don't care. Resident Evil 4, I love you, but Dead Space remake literally just captures the horror feel when you're playing that. Even in the OG 2008 Dead Space, it still does the same thing.
Mm.
Listen, I know it's a horror game. I know it's too scary for you, James, but you gotta play. You gotta play that to understand what I'm
It's
saying.
definitely not. I can definitely handle it. I beat
Like,
the
I mean,
original, so I will. I want to try it. It's just Why didn't I get Dead Space 1? Oh, because it's a different topic for another time. Yeah, not something to say.
Who you choosing, Brian?
I'm gonna pick Hi-Fi Rush because that game is it's designed around sound. Like that's the whole point of the game. But I will agree with you, Ash. Dead Space's sound is incredible. You put some headphones on
Get
and
the
you just have it all black
headphones
in your
in.
room.
You are, bro.
You're there. Yeah,
you're there. They nailed it. So that's all.
Yep.
No debates. I don't
All
care.
right.
I agree.
So three Hi-Fi Rushes and a Dead Space.
Okay.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 16 for a score, man.
Best score in music. I am going
16.
to go with Octopath
16.
Traveler 2.
FF16. You can't beat Final Fantasy music. Final Fantasy music is just like
you can't beat
general.
Soken. You
It's
can't
so
beat
good.
Soken.
So here's my thing with this category too is Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 in my opinion shouldn't be in it. I think Octopath Traveler one of them shouldn't be.
The musical. That's it. That's all it has is the musical.
Baldur's
musical.
Not Baldur's Gate. Octopath Traveler 2 should have been in here. If it was in here, that would have been my pick. Again, I feel like it got gypped because like that soundtrack that like if you play as Hikari and just that opening scene alone was amazing. What's her name? Agnia's final boss.
For the Wild, so yeah.
Thing is great. It's not the same. No, I disagree with that. What's his name?
No, music wise, like Tears of the Kingdom is just
what's his name? The brother to Mithra. What can I remember his name? Is it Scion? Is that his name? Sidon. There we go. Yeah, his theme is different and it's way better, and it has a Pokemon main theme in it. It is not the same.
Ugh.
Yeah, that is amazing. But yeah, I agree. Final Fantasy 16, Soken is just Soken. So yeah.
So we all 16. Okay.
Yeah, all 16, right?
Yeah, all 16.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, Soken doesn't win that, then yeah, we got problems.
I'm sad. I'll be sad about that.
I could talk about that for 10 minutes. I know we gotta go, but oh man, I love 16 soundtrack so much.
Best art direction: Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom. I am going to say, it's hard. I think Hi-Fi Rush.
Like Hi-Fi Rush.
Bros Wonder. I guess they were Bros Wonder. I'm sorry.
Because I like Bros Wonders are very close to me, but I think Hi-Fi
Bros
Rush.
Wonder second. Yeah.
I'm gonna be different. I'll just say Lies of P.
Lies of P. I was gonna say that too because
Lies of P is also good too. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Best. I feel bad for Tears of the Kingdom. Did we ever vote for Tears of the Kingdom at all?
In best.
I did.
Action game, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Because Baldur's Gate wasn't there.
Best action adventure. Yeah.
Yeah. Best narrative: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel Spider-Man 2. I have other thoughts on DLC being in there too. How are you gonna have Phantom Liberty but not Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeem? Or not Future Redeem. Future Redeem. Yeah. So, but again, another rant. Baldur's Gate 3, everybody.
3.
I'm saying Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna want Baldur's Gate 3 to win, but if they're gonna try to appeal to the masses, Marvel Spider-Man 2.
I'm gonna say no. I don't want Baldur's Gate 3 to win. I want Spider-Man 2 to win because, my boy Miles and my boy Yuri, aka Peter Parker, and Venom. There's a Venom there too somewhere.
Not true.
So Baldur's Gate 3, everybody, and I'm the only one saying Spider-Man.
I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Either Baldur's Gate or I want 16 to win. Like that's duh, of course. But as far as what will win,
no, you can split the choice. Win and one.
Yeah, I know. I can. I know.
Okay. Okay.
I'll say 6.
1 is 16. Win is 3.
No, he's gonna say 16 and 16.
I love it. I love it too much. I don't care if I'm gonna lose a point. Like I love it too much to vote against it. It's in my heart, man.
Do it.
Yeah.
16.
Sounds good.
Okay, it's fine.
Best game direction: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm gonna go with Tears of the Kingdom too.
Bros Wonder.
Tears of the Kingdom is just like that physics thing. I think it's just creative vision, innovation in game direction and design. I think it's Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, they just like.
I mean, Super Mario Bros. Wonder 2 is also great.
Yeah, but I think the building mechanics that they did with Tears of the Kingdom is just.
Yep, same here.
And like the depths and the sky and all that.
No one knew about that. That was a big surprise.
Yep.
Like everyone's like, "Oh, we're gonna go up in the sky," and no one knew about the depths.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, I'll choose Tears of the Kingdom as well because it was pretty it's a pretty impressive feat of a game.
And now we're in the last one, Game of the Year.
Game of the Year, final one. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna say Tears
Okay,
of the
this one we
Kingdom.
can talk about. This one we can talk about because it's Game of the Year. We can
So,
talk on this one.
I think Tears of the Kingdom. Here's why. Because I still think that it is so. I think that it has a chance because of the building mechanics, right? And again, like you said, there was a lot of surprises in it, and it was different enough to not be Breath of the Wild. Baldur's Gate 3, to me, even though I haven't played it, it's just Divinity Original Sin 2. Everything that I look at it, every time I look at it, it just looks like Divinity Original Sin 2. So, like, I don't know, but I'm going to say Tears of the Kingdom. What are you guys thinking?
No, I'm voting
Baldur's Gate
for Tears
3?
of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'm voting for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Regardless, just because out of all these games, that's the one that I still play the most.
Mm-hmm.
This one year, I'm not automatically picking Baldur's Gate 3 because this is more of a overall best game of the year. I'm just like stuck between Mario Bros. Wonder and Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. Oh, like my personal best game of the year is not Tears of the Kingdom. I'm sorry to say, it's actually Sea of Stars. Like I've had a lot of fun with Sea of Stars.
Interesting.
It brought me back to like that, pre like PlayStation era like RPG time where things were simple, but also fun, right? It brought me back to a time, kind of like what Super Mario RPG is doing. It is basically. Even though I love Tears of the Kingdom a lot, and it's probably my favorite game of all time now. It is my favorite game of all time. I really like Sea of Stars. What do you guys? Whose phone is that, or whose audio?
What's audio is that?
That's my phone.
It's
My bad.
I was like, what was that?
Okay, so yeah, I love Resident Evil 4, but I have to give this to Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This was a game that, okay, of course it stuck with its core mechanics. You have every character jumping and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the overall level design, you never knew what you were going to be doing next and stuff. Which I feel like that it brought that's where most of its creativity went, right? So overall, I'm just giving this to Super Mario Bros. Wonder, despite the fact that I really love Resident Evil 4. So,
I say Tears of the Kingdom, man. Replayability, people will probably still be playing it even in 2024, 2025.
I agree.
Just like they do at Breath of the Wild.
I agree.
You find ways to keep playing it.
So for all three of you, you're choosing the same one that you want to win. Well, I mean, except for you, James, because you want Sea of Stars, but it's not nominated. But you think that Tears is going to win and you want it to win, and then Ash, you think Mario's going to win and you want it to win.
So because I think
I
think Baldur's Gate 3. I think it's
I think this last one you should just be your choice, like your choice.
Okay.
Not what you think will win or what you want. It's just what you want to win.
Okay.
It's just your choice.
Okay. So I'm thinking about abstaining from this vote as the biggest injustice in video game award history.
Fantasy 16 not on there. Is that why?
He's gonna say 16.
Yeah. So that is my game of the year, is Final Fantasy 16. But if I'm going to vote on a game that's in this current lineup, I choose, and I actually have problems with it, like James does, as far as it being a remake in the game of the year. But I choose Resident Evil 4 because that's the only one that I've beaten, and like I said, I have problems with Alan Wake and with the rest of them. But I choose Resident Evil 4.
Right. Cool. I think that's pretty much a wrap.
Yeah, I haven't beaten Tears of the Kingdom yet because I don't want to beat it yet.
Yeah, if you never beat it, it never ends.
I mean, they're coming out with
so much.
That's what I did with Breath of the Wild. I kept playing it, and I was like, I just don't want to beat it yet.
I did the same thing. I didn't beat it until like 2 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put so many hours in the game.
All right, but I believe that's all the time we have for today. We did go over our time. This actually went longer than what
It's
I
the
thought
Game
it
Awards,
would.
man.
Yeah,
It's the Game Awards.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it for that. So appreciate everybody that showed up.
This could have been
Shuzaku,
a own separate podcast, dude.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah. See, David says Dead Space will have you paranoid the whole time when we're talking about sound design. Shuzaku said Cyberpunk for him for the best narrative. David also said he's surprised that Miles' voice actor isn't on here because Peter was overshadowed by Miles in the game. And then he was saying a lot of people love Neil's character, which when we were talking about the voice actor for Baldur's Gate there. So yeah, like, you know, the Game Awards, we will be live on December 7th. All of us, right? I think we all said agreed. Not you yet, Brian, but are you going to show up on Game Awards as well?
I'm actually me traveling. I don't think I'll be available.
Okay,
Sorry.
gotcha. So you'll have Fan and Ash, and I believe my brother Shu is going to be joining us that day as well. So we will be live watching or streaming the Game Awards, having a lot of fun there. We won't have a podcast next Sunday. Excuse me, because it is a crazy week for me and Fan, you know, for work and stuff like that. It's just too much going on. You know, and of course it's Thanksgiving week and stuff like that. So a lot of things are going on. So we won't have anything for next week. We do have our group stream tomorrow. And then Tuesday I will be doing my well, I should either Tuesday or Wednesday I'll be doing my stream for the my solo stream. Because I got to see, because I might not do it Tuesday if I'm not done with my video in time. I might have to do it on Wednesday instead. As far as that goes, I'm going to change up my solo stream because I did beat Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories finally. And I'm probably going to do a countdown list, you know, to Christmas. Basically playing every game that I've received for Christmas throughout my lifetime. Not every game, but a lot of the games throughout my lifetime for Christmas. I'm going to try to go through a list. I'm going to start with Ocarina of Time, then go to Majora's Mask, and then go from there, figure out what other games to play. So I'm gonna try to see how many of them I can get out before the end of the year. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe. We are trying to hit 600 subscribers on YouTube. We're close. We're at 541. So every subscriber does count. Share the channel. It does help out a lot. Also, follow us over at Twitch. We do simultaneously stream on both Twitch and YouTube. Ash, we're gonna catch you at.
You can catch me at AstroScrim on YouTube. So I haven't uploaded a video yet. So yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Fan? Where can I catch you at?
Yeah, you can catch me here with the Red Encounter podcast, but on Twitch and YouTube at Phaneckswhy.
What about you, Bryant?
I'm on X at red_so_deep.
Right. And as always, you can catch me here at the Random Encounter. And we'll catch everyone next time. Bye.